Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. Remember to subscribe hapo chini. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on a video with my name on it once again. Today we are going to be answering a question. At least some of you have started noticing me on the streets of YouTube legally. And the question is from someone who needs to sign their employment contract. And the question goes, Dear Mihala, I saw your video on digital lending. I have a question on employment contracts. Can I sign my contract with my e-signature, or do I have to print it, sign it, then scan it? If I do not print it, can it be said that I did not have a legitimate agreement? I think she meant I have gotten a remote job and I was just wondering what will happen if I put my signature. I think she meant e-signature. That's how I'm taking it. It's urgent. So I went ahead to ask her if I could use this question as one of the issues or content that I put up on the YouTube channel, and they fortunately for me said yes. So this is the thing. There are very different kinds of employers. There are some employers who are old school. They would actually want to see your proper true signature, so they want to see a handwritten signature on a document. And there are some employers who would not mind an e-signature, and more often than not, especially for remote jobs, they'll tell you your e-signature is sufficient, or you actually have to put a signature with a pen on it. And first things first, let's start with just appreciating what is called communication. So the first thing I would advise you to do is write to them and tell them, I'm just wondering whether an e-signature is sufficient, or I need to print the document, sign it, and then scan it because you need my signature in handwriting. More often than not, they'll tell you. Secondly, this is another way to handle it. Put your e-signature on it and send it and write in the email, Hi XYZ, I have just signed my contract. Kindly know that I've used my e-signature. Please confirm that the same is sufficient to make the contract that is before you valid. They'll tell you. If it's not, then you'll have to download it, sign it, then scan it and send it back to them. But more and more employers are appreciating the e-signatures at the moment, which is a good thing. And the ones that do not appreciate it, or the ones that do not want it to be used in their contracts, are very, very, very clear about it. If you go to the rules of evidence, especially under Kenyan law, an e-signature should be able to be sufficient for you to determine the validity of a contract. And as I do this video, I would also like to digress a little and read you a certain tweet that I saw about the signing of contracts. The signing and storage of contracts, actually. So let me just go ahead and pull that up. Give me 1 minute. Notes. Okay, so this tweet said, Bro, always take pictures of any document you sign or contract. A picture I took in 2014 of a contract I signed sorted me last week when lies were peddled on me by some HR. And she said somewhere in, wherever. Always back them in Google or cloud, please. And someone else said, or email it back to yourself the same minute you review it. And in fact, photos and scans help a lot. Never delay in sending it to yourself. Then someone said, just scan and send it to yourself. And another person said, true. They should come in triplicate. You must always remain with one original copy. You mean there are people who sign only one document. Exactly. So you cannot just be signing one document if you're signing a contract. So this is the thing. After you've signed that contract, how do you store it digitally? I usually recommend the first thing is you send it to yourself, or if you have an alternate email account, send it to yourself with that alternate account. If you trust your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother, send it to them on email. Back it up on Google Documents if you must, or like Google, not Photos, what's the other one? On your Google Drive. Back it up on your Google Drive. And those of you who are very conversant with using the cloud or any other way that you can store a document, store it there. And then you can also take a photo and have it backed up on Google Photos, so that when Someone says, oh, well, you didn't sign a contract, but you're like, but Google says otherwise. But then again, if you're signing a physical document, just like someone said, it should be signed in triplicate. One for you, one for the lawyer, that is the person that drafted the document, and one for the organization. So you should always have an original copy of your agreement. It saves you a lot of grief, a lot of pain, and a lot of drama. But to answer your question, yes, an e-signature is valid, and that is dependent on whether or not your employer is, let me not say agreeable, but your employer is pro e-signature. And just because you put an e-signature of a document doesn't make it invalid unless the e-signature that you put on the document does not belong to you. Unless you put someone else's e-signature on your document, then that's a different ball game altogether. But if it's your own e-signature, then that should be sufficient to create a valid contract between you and your employer. And in case you're in doubt, in the event that you're in doubt, download the document, put a physical signature on it, scan it, upload it to your email, and send it to your employer. I hope this has proved useful to you, and to anyone else out there that is wondering whether to use an e-signature or a conventional signature and scan and send. But I think that was it. That was short and sweet. Okay, until I see you next time, I guess bye.